recording. How many views did we get last week? We're up to like 40 now.
I don't know. Let's take a look. We'll bring that up. We can talk about that too.
Welcome to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast with your hosts Mikey, Tim, and the two Chris's. This time we got Tim, who looks like he's playing Destiny, and then we got Mikey, and Mikey's not here, but you got the Chris's as usual. Unfortunately, sometimes.
What?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're here sometimes.
Oh, yes.
You always got one Chris. It's a guarantee.
Guarantee at least one Chris. Yes, this is true.
But last week, our podcast, we got a lot of views last week randomly.
I am looking it up right now.
The last I saw, it was like 40 views. A lot of dislikes.
41 views.
41 views. How many likes and dislikes?
We had 2 thumbs up, and we set a record 6 thumbs down.
Let's go. Holla! Personal record. Let's do it.
A very personal record.
When I upload this next podcast, I'm gonna look at the analytics for the all the other platforms on RSS. It'd be easier for me to do it than teach you how to do it over the phone. But when I looked, it was, I don't know what we did about this last podcast that took it off. Maybe the controversial last topic.
I think it was the controversial last topic. But with that, we got 41 views, and we got 6 dislikes. So that's some dance music that I don't know if we're allowed to play or not.
Yep, that's. I feel a loss coming off. Who's playing?
There we go. Holla! 6 dislikes and 41 views. That's what I'm talking about. Brand new record. Okay, I'm done. Thank you. Do you realize? So they that means that more people listen to our podcast that doesn't normally listen to our podcast. Since that was the end of the podcast, they had to have listened to the whole podcast.
Yeah, and if you disliked it, contact us. Tell us what you disliked about it. We'll do better next time. Now, if you're disliking it to dislike it because it's YouTube and it's the dislike button's more fun than the like button. Okay, sure.
Yeah, but come on, come talk to us. What you got to lose? Nothing. They got nothing to lose.
But if you'd like to contact us, Twitter, Facebook, the comment section.
Somebody called their grandmama and had them dislike it too, I think. The grandmama, did you get on YouTube and dislike that episode?
But we really don't have any topics this week. It was kind of a slow week for everything.
Was there any news at all?
Not really. And
Tom and Jerry made $12 million at the box office, and that's the best since COVID hit.
Really?
Yes.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet because I was feeling sorry for myself all day yesterday, and I don't even know. I watched that show today that I was telling you about. Watch that. Mrs. Fletcher. Watch that show. It's Catherine Hahn from WandaVision. I watched that today, and did my grocery shopping and laundry and, basic housekeeping sundries for a Sunday. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, talking to Kimberly.
I know.
Tim could always talk. You're muted, Tim, just so you know. I see your mouth.
Yeah, he is muted. He looks like that creepy guy in the movie that's like back at headquarters, just getting ready to it's gonna explode any second, like a bomb's gonna hit it, and he's like giving final instruction.
He's the hacker guy too.
He is, because we can only see like his nose up, and he's got headphones on. We still can't hear you. Why are you on mute?
I don't know what's wrong, Tim. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear anything. He's holding up a finger.
It's just one finger. He's got to go
Oh,
pee. He's
Yeah, he probably had to go poop.
He's signing back in. Is what he's doing.
Yep, he's back.
There he is. He signed in.
God,
I still can't hear him.
all we have is like.
Oh, there he is.
Nope, can't hear you, Tim.
Can't hear anything. It says right there his microphone is look. It says your microphone is off.
No, he had just muted it then.
Oh.
But what were we talking about?
We were talking about our podcast from last week and how we got 41 views and 6 dislikes, and we thank all the dislike people. We played celebration music because that's the most views and dislikes we've gotten for a podcast.
Yeah, we went out Friday and partied.
We did. That was fun. Now I'm roped into line dance lessons tomorrow night.
I played pool for a couple hours with Mikey. And you sat in the other side of the bar and people watched.
I love to people watch at a bar. It was just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And then we went out for IHOP with...
we went to IHOP with a couple of people.
Basically people that we met at the bar, but we already knew one of them. So, well, I knew one of them. A work friend.
You're on.
That's him.
Your microphone's on. Tim, you're there.
You can hear me?
I can hear you now.
I don't know. It was whenever it showed muted for you guys, it was unmuted for me. But then when I unmuted me to flip it, it still was muted. That was confusing.
Well,
But
don't mute yourself again.
But when you were saying that I could talk, I was trying to look up something here. But
I guess
well, plus we know that, and it's not Tim that causes the dislikes.
Right. He gets us more likes.
That theory was wrong. We were wrong in that theory.
You thought it was me? Hold on. You thought I was going.
No, sometimes there, so I thought.
Sometimes I forget to even like them. So we'll be at like 3 likes, and we have 4 people that do the podcast. So I'm always the person.
I guess the only news I know, change the subject, but the only real news we got was Spider-Man 3 got a name. Can't Go Home. Kind of goes with all the home theme.
Homecoming.
Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Far From Home?
Did anybody watch the Spider-Man with the 5 different Spider-Man?
Yeah, that one was really good.
Was that the cartoon?
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
That was honestly the best Spider-Man. Great soundtrack made by like Post Malone, I think. It's on Netflix if anybody's interested. But
speaking of Post Malone,
how is that on Netflix? Because it's owned by Sony.
I think, yeah.
Post Malone's doing his little Pokemon Go thingy, but there's that new Pokemon coming out that's supposed to be Breath of the Wild and Pokemon smashed together. Pokemon in feudal Japan. I can't wait.
Breath of the Wild was so good. I honestly thought Breath of the Wild sucked.
Hold on, time out. I'm gonna delete you from all of my friends lists. How can you say Breath of the Wild was terrible? It was like a perfect RPG.
Call of Duty 4.
I can delete you in everything.
I'll drive out to New Bedford and cut you.
Yeah, you come to New Bedford. You come to New Beige. Me and all my Portuguese will get you.
I ain't afraid of no Portuguese.
Like, here's what I thought a Portuguese was. It's just a picture of a goose on a porch.
No, but it looks like it'll be interesting. Like, open world Pokemon's what we've always wanted.
First of all, did you beat Breath of the Wild? Don't try to sidestep
My
subject.
problem with Breath of the Wild was everything broke, and I got tired of that.
First of all, you're not a Zelda fan, right?
No, I don't like Zelda.
Yeah, so... Oh.
I don't even have a room to talk. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're a little bitch. Move on.
Hold up now.
And for the other 99% of the world that loves Zelda, Skyward Sword Remaster is gonna look and be amazing.
Probably 20 hours of gameplay with another 20 hours of just rebuilding your sword that broke after 5 hits.
That's the only bad thing about Breath of the Wild is the durability on the weapons. That's the only bad thing. If that is your complaint, then I'll maybe give it to you. But that's it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. The story's fantastic. All the abilities are fantastic. The gameplay is wonderful. Aside from the stuff breaking, fighting is
Aside from the
fantastic.
stuff
It's
breaking.
beautiful.
It got annoying, being in the middle of a fight, and all of a sudden, oh, my sword breaks.
Well,
Can't
don't go
fight.
into a fight with something with half durability. That's like walking into a fight with half health.
No
What
other
kind of idiot does that?
No other good RPG has durability,
So they tried to switch it up.
and it didn't work.
So one thing that's not enough to bring Breath of the Wild. Like if you had to rate Breath of the Wild from 1 to 10,
Wait, what's this game called?
it's Zelda Breath of the Wild. Breath
Oh.
of the Wild.
It's on Switch. It's pretty good. It's pretty good in the sense that it was
Like
good.
if you're gonna give it like a 7 or an 8 out of 10 as opposed to a 9 out of 10 because of that, then that's fine. But if you're gonna drop it to like a 3, I'm gonna drive to Kokomo and I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I'm not in Kokomo right now.
I don't care where you go. Kokomo adjacent, okay? I'll find you.
Kokomo
Snapchat
adjacent.
map. I'll look right now.
Snapchat map.
Oh, better go hide my location.
Right?
Yeah, you hide your location. I'll still come find you.
Is it anywhere as good as the Xbox original Da Vinci Code?
Da Vinci
No,
Code.
I
I'm
was
talking
giving
about
Wild a 7.
Zelda Breath of the Wild, and he comes at me with Da Vinci Code. Nah, I've
That's
never
because I'm
played.
playing. That's because I'm playing Da Vinci Code. I found that my Da Vinci Code game for my Xbox that plays on my 360. So I started playing it. I don't remember fighting this many security guards in the Louvre, but those guys are ass kickers, and I continuously have to restart my game.
They're French. Why are you getting your ass kicked?
I know, right? Because they take on 2 at a time.
Then show them a German flag and they'll surrender.
Like, come on, Frenchie, let's go. Well, for the record, he is, a whatever he is.
You're
sign.
murdered. Okay, I got a question. What of 20? I'm gonna say 2020. What's your favorite game you played this year, Tim?
Yeah, Tim.
Wait, hold on. Of 2020?
Of 2020, a game
2020?
Yes.
I don't know.
Released in 2020, or a game that you just picked up in 2020 and started playing?
I mean, I started playing Destiny again in
I'm waiting for it
October.
to go.
Going pretty
crossplay.
Pretty ham in Destiny. And they just got rid of the sunsetting mechanic, so that'll be fantastic.
What's sunsetting mechanic?
They made it so that way, like weapons only are good for so long. So like to force you to like not use one weapon for your like to make you want to go get like the new stuff.
Yeah.
So but people were upset because some of their favorite weapons that they want to use, they shouldn't be forced to get rid of their old weapons. So they're getting rid of this. They're getting rid of the sunset mechanic and just tweaking the system slightly. So instead of having to go up 60 power levels every single season, you only have to go up 10.
With the original Destiny, that's why I quit playing, was with Taken King. They basically wiped everything I did that year and said, hey, that 120 hours you put into Destiny this year, go fucking play some more.
Well, like for this season and last season, we had to grind up from it was 1200 to 1250, and then 1250 to 1300, because 13 and 1250 were the soft caps. But now for next season, they're getting rid of that, so you only have to go up 10. It'll be just like inching your way up to 10. All your gears only going to go up one at a time, as opposed to like 12 at a time, unless you start a new character or something like that. Then that'll be different. But I went pretty hard into Division 2 for most of 2020 before I started playing Destiny 2. You know what the funny thing is? Me and Brad were playing Division, and we needed a third. And Bo didn't really like Division, and Brad doesn't really like Destiny. So we're at an impasse. I can play either. So me and Brad, I was trying to get Bo to come play Division with me and Brad by having him come over and help me with a couple things here and there. Then he was like, "Oh, can you come help me in Destiny?" He brought me to Destiny. That son of a bitch got me. I haven't left goddamn Destiny since that day. So, Bo, if you're listening, I hate you.
I'll read it. Welcome, Mikey.
What's
How's that?
MM's here.
chicken's awesome.
It looks good.
Is it so KFC or Publix? I mean, not Public Burgers.
No, didn't you make dinner? Didn't he make dinner?
Oh yeah, homemade fried chicken.
Homemade fried chicken.
Yeah, I use saltine crackers.
Egg and saltine
Yeah.
crackers.
Well, I put some like hot sauce in the egg wash,
Yeah.
and then the saltine crackers had like
Oh,
salt,
so like a
pepper, and
Popeyes
some
kind
other.
of thing.
Like legit. I expect to knock on your door, Mikey, for Chris. Like open up. give me
Right.
some.
I know. I'll be right.
I was waiting for it.
So, it's like the whole apartment full of smoke.
I was just gonna say chicken because I'm on my way too.
Nope.
Does your apartment smoke up when you like cook like stuff like that?
No.
Because whenever I do burgers on the stove, it gets all smoky in here.
Open a window.
I've had my sliding glass door open all day.
And I know our oven has a little fan on it, but it's so loud I don't even.
Yeah, I don't use it either.
Our neighbors.
Do you know what happened to your neighbors, Mikey?
I heard. Oh, like right next to us.
Yeah.
The dealers.
No,
The
I don't.
dealer.
Why? Is there something happened to him?
Well, their ring doorbell's gone and the camera's gone, and they were in there today grabbing like random weird stuff and leaving, and they ain't been there like all weekend.
They're
I
running.
know when I came home, there was a lady that I think that she lived right below. She lived down below, and she asked. And I was going up the stairs. She asked if I lived here or whatnot, or I lived in your apartment, because her car got vandalized or something.
Yeah,
She
so
wanted
the van got busted. Their driver's side door got busted out. Window got busted out.
So I was like, I don't know anything, but I'll keep a lookout, I guess. So
I don't know.
I was like, glad they didn't touch my car.
I was saying the
I
same
thought
thing, and that's the
someone
first thing I noted.
Yeah.
I saw the window busted out, and I was like, "Oh crap! What does my car look like?" It was okay. So.
I wonder if they're busting her window out because they got evicted because she said something.
I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, I have no complaints. I mean, we live right next to them, and nothing's happened.
I got my complaint because there was a guy knocking on their door from 4:30 till 7:30 one day, and they wouldn't open the door.
You can't be like you got to be anonymous. You can't like I complained because dogs were knocking the wall down at 1:30 in the morning, so I complained about my neighbors. Not the ones next to me, the ones behind me. You don't have that problem.
I complained about this guy catty corner to our apartment.
What did he do? What an asshole!
He came home blackout drunk the other day. Complaining about just some girl, finding
over a bunch of shit.
Now he's got line dance lessons tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's awesome. Man, I kind of wish I already have plans. I might join you, but
Oh, you got your
I'm
date.
busy.
Anybody can go. It's open to the
No, I
public.
gotta
It
go
starts
to.
at
I got a meeting tomorrow.
7
Oh,
and
at the
7 to
club.
9. Whatever.
Do you have date plans yet, Mikey?
We're supposed to go. She just wants to like drive around and listen to music, and I'm good with that. I was like, I don't have to pay for food. I'm good with that. Real chill. But I think we're doing it Friday, but
Prius? It's gonna cost more than dinner.
It's gonna
Driving
cost
around.
Right? Gas
mileage.
almost $3 a gallon now, and what your car probably gets like 16 miles a gallon. You're gonna be out. You might be cheaper just taking her to Outback.
I've saved enough of my commute. I drive less than a minute just to get to work. So my commute, yeah, I've stored that. She said she'd pay half, but I doubt it. I'm not. I don't doubt it. I'm sorry, that's the wrong choice of words. I don't doubt it. I don't want her to.
You don't want her to. Yeah, I
Yes.
agree with that. Yeah. So are
She
you like
can
gonna
pay
get
other
like,
ways.
drive-through food or?
I don't know what time or anything. Even if she could, but she said she'd confirm whether Friday's good or not. But so we'll see. We'll see. I'm
Rebecca
excited.
Black Friday?
Yeah. I will put that on the queue for that list if we go driving.
Do it.
Yeah.
So far, Mikey, this episode we've just been kind of rambling, which
Oh,
whatever.
shit.
What'd you think of the
Rambling man?
What'd you think of the country bar, Mikey? Your first time going there?
Oh, he never been there.
No. It was really fun. I liked it. I just like playing pool regardless. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
really play that often, but
I kind of hated how hey, like what was it, 50 cents?
yeah, it was only 50 cents. That's not bad.
That's not bad, but
I thought it was $1. I was like, geez.
Oh, well, 50 cents ain't that bad
No.
What, to play pool?
to play
Yeah.
pool.
Like the cheapest thing on earth. 50 cents.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like $5.
Uh-huh.
I don't
And
remember how much
I-
my bar tab was.
I should have ran the table, just started betting you guys like, oh man, I suck. Just sharked you guys. But I won all 3 of my games, so
yeah, you did. Our
Against
first
Chris?
game was the most competitive one, and then after that, I just sucked.
No, the music was good. And did you request Copperhead Road?
I did request Copperhead. You gotta request Copperhead Road when you go to a country bar.
Because they played it.
We weren't on the other side. How did it go over there? Did everyone get excited?
No,
No.
I didn't really pay attention. Yeah.
No, nobody got excited. They probably play it every week.
True.
But I don't know how much I had to drink, so I don't know how much my bar tab was.
Oh yeah, like I only paid $10. No wait, I paid a little more than $10. It was 13 total.
I think I had 360.
Their beer and their drinks there aren't that expensive.
They're $3 long necks. I paid
And
I think I had 5.
I had 4. Yeah, I had 4 or 5. So
I had 4 or 5. I don't remember what I had, but
You
So
had
they're-
Bud Light, Chris. That's all you drink.
yeah, I know I had. That's all I have. I'm good with that.
Oh, I thought you said I didn't know what I had. All I know is I had 3 or 4 drinks.
No, I didn't know how many I had.
Oh,
but I'll never do that again. I was up for almost 30 hours, and that's that's a no go.
you said run it back.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I mean, I don't have to work Saturday, so we could, and I could actually sleep. But
Wait,
yeah, we got home like at 2.
You don't work Saturday night?
No, I don't work
Okay.
Saturday morning. No.
They have live band on Saturday.
Well, I have to work Sunday.
Yeah,
though,
but you're
so it
going
doesn't-
out Friday night,
Yeah.
so that kind of ruins it.
Oh well.
Unless you
But yeah,
drop
we got
off early and then go out. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's terrible to say, but
we got home. Well, I got home maybe around 2 or so. You know,
Yes.
chilled. I turned on some anime and kind of like set an alarm for 3 and got up around then, and so I got maybe an hour, but
they
it
haven't
wasn't
put
enough.
any. They didn't.
I was dragging ass at work.
What
They
you
haven't
watching?
put out what's going on this week yet.
But so when I went to work, I was dragging ass. It was probably the worst I felt in a long time. I wasn't hungover at all. I was just really exhausted. And I told my boss, I'm like, hey, is there a chance I can go home early today? And she's like, oh, why? And it's like, I was just irresponsible last night. And she's like, you would stay out drinking? I said, yeah.
You
But
guys
yeah,
should
she
go tomorrow night.
understood.
So this was this past week. So Monday is beginner dance lessons at 7. They have free pool. Tuesday they got dollar taco night and free pool. Wednesday free pool. Thursday line dance lessons. Friday was the dance party. They had a band last night, and then tonight is karaoke night, and they have free pool and $7 pitchers. That's pretty cheap.
$7 pitchers?
Yeah. That's like 4 beers, ain't it?
I have no idea. I don't get beer enough, so.
They have Sundays karaoke, free pool, and $7 pitchers. But I can't drink night before I work.
Unlike me.
Right?
But Tim, you asked what anime I was watching. I'm rewatching Bleach because I finally got Hulu.
What do you not
And I
have?
didn't.
So
Aren't
you have Hulu. Have you watched, since you have Hulu, have you seen the new Animaniacs?
I didn't know it was on there.
Yeah, I didn't know it was on.
Yeah, it's on there.
Doesn't it kind of suck?
I just think it's kind of kind of preachy political.
Eh. I'll probably skip. I've been watching Band of Brothers again.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I sat down and watched that with you that one day. I was lost and I was uninterested. I'm sorry. I was just like, what's going on? It was super slow. I couldn't. I don't know.
You also jumped in like the middle of the episode. The beginning of the episodes and the end of the episodes are really slow. Actually, no, the middle of the episodes are really slow. The beginning and ending are actually
Of which show?
Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers is great. It deserved every award it won.
I've seen a few of them. I think maybe it was the Pacific I saw. I don't remember which one I saw.
The Pacific sucked.
Did it? Why?
It tried to recapture what Band of Brothers did, but the characters were a little less interesting. It jumped around between characters a little more. Think Game of Thrones, but they didn't have character development. Okay, here's this character, and let's see what they're doing, and then here's this character. It wasn't like Band of Brothers. You stuck. Yeah, they brought in new characters all the time, like the replacement people, because someone got shot or killed or something.
Right. Well, that happened in real life.
Yeah, it's all real. It's 100% real for the most part. It's probably 90% real. But you had you followed Sergeant Lipton. You every episode you saw certain characters. It wasn't every episode was a new person pretty much.
Oh, okay.
You had time to follow and learn who they were. And one of them, cool story, is one of the guys that was in the 101st was from Kokomo.
I remember reading about that.
And in the episode, in the first episode, they actually talked with him, like the actual guy does an interview, and I think it was the actual guy, but he gets from the sheriff of Kokomo, he sent them a revolver, and it was like this from the Kokomo sheriff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oops. Well, that's pretty awesome sounded.
It's kind of cool because they brought up our hometown.
Yep. Our awesome hometown with wonderful people in it.
Oh, Beach Boys showed up.
So do you guys want to get to our one little topic I guess we had for today?
We can get to it.
All right. I just want to talk about comedians. Who are our favorite comedians? Maybe our favorite live shows or tours. Maybe Redneck Comedy Tour or Dane Cook was your favorite. or Chappelle. I know it's kind of, no one really had time to prepare for this, but I guarantee you we all know who our favorite comedians are. Who wants to go first?
I will.
You millennials go first. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Well, I think I really got into stand up when Dane Cook was at his height, because he had a couple movies like Employee of the Month and Good Luck Chuck. I think that's one other one. But so that's kind of who I liked as a start. Of course, he's fallen off the map, but I mean he's getting traction, I guess. Again, I've heard, but other than that, right now. And now it's all about comedy podcasts. I think every comedian has a podcast, but
Right.
so I listen to a lot of those, and mostly the most stand-up specials I've watched are probably either Bert Kreischer's or Tom Segura's. And then you got the ones that recently came out, like Gary Goldman's was on HBO. He's good, and Chris, I don't know if I watched Chris Rock's or not. I'm sure I did. And then got Chappelle that recently released his, and Bill Burr. He's hilarious. That Paper Tiger was hilarious. And they basically all have podcasts, or they all in that same friend group. And then and I'll stand behind Chris D'Elia, even though he's basically canceled. So I think he's trying to make his. I think he's trying to come back, but he's still going through his problems. But I still like him a lot. Yeah, and his the show that Zack Snyder's show, Army of the Dead, is coming out in a couple. I think next month or the month after. It's pretty soon, maybe in May. I don't know, but there's a trailer out for it, Army of the Dead, which Chris D'Elia was in, but now he's not. So that's mine. I think they. I mean,
Who
I like.
got canceled? Pete Carrillo got canceled.
No, it was Chris D'Elia.
Oh, Chris D'Elia got canceled.
Yeah.
What did he allegedly do?
Why did he get canceled?
Kind of had to do with, like, I guess underage sexual stuff.
Oh.
Where I mean, he can. I mean, or just taking almost advantage of his popularity and fame to get girls. And like, he released a YouTube video maybe last week, and he talked about he basically was saying that he has a sexual addiction or something. So that's basically, like, that was his excuse, if you want to call it an excuse.
I mean, who wouldn't when they're famous?
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, it became easy for him just to get girls. Every city he went to, he'd just go through his DMs and just picked out some girls. So, yeah. And I guess I should say, like, the reason I like mostly, I think my favorites right now is like Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. I mean, they release content like every day. Hilarious. They're relatable. And they just seem like normal people. I mean, they're not like a Chris D'Elia was. I think Chris D'Elia really was, like, famous, and he just had a bunch of money, and he just showed it off and stuff. And I don't think Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer are like that. I mean, they have connections, but they're not, like, overzealous about it.
All right. Anyone else? Anyone?
Gabriel Iglesias.
Okay.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Fluffy.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's funny. Dane Cook,
No,
obviously.
he's not funny at all.
He's funny.
The
Like I said, like, maybe
funniest
not the whole
comedian
stand-up
I've ever
isn't
known.
funny, but he definitely got some pretty funny jokes. Cat Williams, always funny.
I always forget about Cat.
Always funny. Like, no matter what stand-up you're watching. I feel like I'm missing somebody important.
I miss someone. The fat guy.
I said Fluffy.
Fluffy,
Oh,
yeah,
Fluffy. You
Gabriel
did say him?
Iglesias.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was thinking like when you said Gabriel, I thought like Carlos Mencia or something.
Oh,
I don't know why.
He got deleted.
definitely.
Didn't he get deleted for stealing other people's jokes?
Yeah. Like he wasn't even like lying
Mostly
about
George Lopez's jokes, right?
Oh, was he using George Lopez's jokes?
Because I feel
Yeah.
like
Some
they had
George-
like an identical comedy sense. And I feel like Mencia stole or like copied his kind of.
he was kind of copying that. From what I remember, he kind of stole like some. You know how they all have like their underlings, like the other
Oh.
people, like in their group.
I forgot about Adam Sandler.
His latest one sucked.
I
Even
liked
if-
his latest
I mean,
one.
all of Adam Sandler's movies are funny. Like even if they're not all like fantastic movies, they're all like pretty funny.
You can sit down.
Maybe aside from a couple of them.
His early stuff was good though. His
Yeah.
stand-up, his early stage stuff was really, really good. And his albums were lit. Those, What the Hell's Wrong with Me? That one. His first two were really, really, really good.
When he basically turned his comedy skits or shows into rock concerts.
He did. That's when that started. Because he played those. I mean, yeah, they're all gonna laugh at you. And what was the other one? What the hell's wrong? What the hell happened to me? I think it's the other one. Albums. Here we go.
I got a couple more, but I'll wait till everybody goes.
Yeah, what the hell happened to me? And they're all gonna laugh at you. Those were the good ones.
You done, Tim? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, I can't believe neither of you said like Kevin Hart.
I know.
I mean, I'm not against it, but
I love Kevin Hart, but I think that like if I had to pick if there was two stand-ups in front of me and it was a Kevin Hart one or a Cat Williams one, I'm gonna watch the Cat Williams one every time.
Yeah. I kind of have to agree with that.
Again, nothing against Kevin Hart. I think his stand-ups are funny, but I just when I have an option, I feel like I would rather pick like the classics.
Yeah.
And the classic
Fucking
is
Brent-
who?
Tink Tink is probably one of my favorite.
Poor
I
little
love Tink
Tink Tink. And then and they wait until he wins and then say he had an unfair advantage. You talk about the guy with no goddamn foots?
Yeah, I love that one.
Okay, so one of the ones I grew up on was the Redneck Comedy Tour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it was so funny, but it was just hilarious. You might be a redneck, or
Because it was relatable.
It was relatable. That's where Larry the Cable Guy got huge. Who was the other guy? It was the guy that smoked a cigar all the time.
That's Ron White.
Ron White.
He was
the worst of the four, I thought, but he was still.
He was
fun.
my favorite.
He was the most. He was the dirtiest of the four.
Yeah,
I liked his I guess you can almost say cadence, the way he kind of told his jokes.
Oh, he did deliver them pretty well.
Yeah, his delivery was really good.
Cat Williams is always a classic, though. What's his face? Seinfeld. I do like some Seinfeld, though.
Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not as good. Like in today's world, I don't think he would be able to make as a comedian.
I feel like most of the comedians that we're
Most
talking
comedians
about
can't make it as a comedian anymore.
Yeah,
Everybody gets so butthurt.
every time I watch like a stand-up or even just hear a joke like in a cartoon or in a show, I'm like, it's kind of skating the line.
Didn't Pete Davidson get in trouble at Purdue? Was that him or was it somebody else?
I think that was somebody else. I remember that though.
Because the jokes were too offensive. Or they thought they were too offensive.
Like, you don't like the jokes? Leave.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of who is it? Is it Bill?
Bill
I always
Burr.
mix
Bill
them
Burr?
up. Bill Burr, or Bill Maher, the one that's like wicked anti-religious.
Here we go.
Probably Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Bill,
Never heard.
I think it's Bill Maher.
Oh no,
He-
somebody. Andy Gross
he's-
was.
I mean, he's-
the guy at Purdue that got in trouble.
Bill Maher's
Yes.
kind of like funny. It's just some of his jokes are a little too
Pushing the line.
like you feel like they're funny, but you feel bad laughing at them. You're like, oh, it's kind of like I think in one of his specials, somebody like gets up and leaves. Of course, it's some like woman, some Karen, I'm sure.
Well, that's what happened at Purdue. Yeah, somebody named Andy Gross. He was part of the freshman orientation, and a lot of the students got upset because he was very offensive.
Like,
If there's
what
anything you
jokes
can't
that-
joke about on a college campus, it's sexual harassment, and then to go do it on a stage in front of everyone. That's just so. There you go. They're just jokes.
Like, I mean, I feel like that's the bottom line. Is they're just jokes. They're jokes. I don't know how else to explain it.
Right.
Like,
See,
you don't have to take them like seriously. Like, is it okay to actually, speaking of, Dane Cook says this in one of his specials. Somebody told him he couldn't say Asians are bad at driving because it's racist. And he's like, hold on. So it's okay for every other race to be bad at driving except Asians. Isn't that racist in itself?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not touching anything.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But I know
like,
what you're saying.
yeah. Like, it's very hard to like just make jokes without offending somebody. Somebody's always going to get offended by something. You just got to live with it.
Which is why
you
we
don't
are not
like 'em,
seeing.
Don't
We're
watch them.
probably not seeing the movies. I mean, like The Hangover, anything like that. 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up.
If you don't
You're gonna
like
see any
an
movies
actor,
like that for a long time
don't go
because
see a
everybody
movie
is
with them.
offended by everything.
Blazing Saddles, best example right there.
Oh my god.
God, I love that movie.
Blazing Saddles
Yeah.
could not. I don't even think they show it on TV anymore. It's so bad.
I don't know if they've shown it on TV or not. They might show it like on IFC, but they're not going to show it on like
TBS, TNT.
right. See, my comedians are way more offensive. I mean, of the new comedians, I mean, there's a lot of new comedians I like. I love Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, I forgot about Jim Gaffigan.
I can relate to him because he
Hot
like
Pockets.
he hot pocket, but like me, he doesn't understand why people go camping and they pay to go somewhere with like a freaking homeless
It's a
person.
tradition
And
in
I've
my
said that for
family.
years.
It's a tradition in everybody's family until they invented the house.
I mean, but Jim Gaffigan's hilarious. I saw him in Indianapolis a couple of years ago. He's really, really good. Sebastian Maniscalco is really funny. He's had a lot of specials on Netflix.
Yeah.
Who else you got? I was a huge fan. She's retired now. The Queen of Mean, Lisa Lampanelli.
Yes.
I've seen her like 3 times in concert. She's hysterical. And you want to talk about somebody who's offensive? So she was into.
Oh my gosh.
She was so offensive, and we were at the Hard Rock in Orlando, and she likes black guys, or she did. I think she's married now, but when she was single, she liked date black guys, and she's hitting on this black guy in the audience. So she's gonna go down the steps and into the audience to talk to this black guy, and she sees this guy in a wheelchair, and she's like, "Holy shit, what happened to you?" He's like, "Well, I'm paralyzed. I got shot during a bank robbery." She's like, "Well, so do you know this guy over here, the black guy?" She points to him. "Do you know him over here? Maybe that's the guy that did it to you." I'm like, my God. She makes fun of deaf. I mean, she makes fun of everybody. She's like, I can make fun of them. I've got the bracelet. That's exactly
When
what-
was that? When was that joke though? Because that joke, she could have gotten
That
away
joke
with saying
was
that
in-
if it was early 2000s.
It was probably,
so-
let's see here, 08, 09, somewhere around in there.
It's like
Yeah,
around the border, but
it's probably a good
yeah.
thing she retired because she couldn't get away with half the stuff that she said. I mean, she like she was going to adopt, in her words, she'd use the R word. She's like, I'm going to adopt a couple of them because then they never go to college, so I don't have to pay any money for them to go to college. I was like, oh my god.
Oh boy.
So, but then you're going back. I mean, you know, we grew up with, unfortunately, now Bill Cosby was legendary, but he did talk about spiking people's drinks, women's drinks. He did talk about that in his stand-up.
Really?
Yes, if you listen to some of his older stuff, he talks about that. But then it goes into Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, of course.
Classic. Yeah.
George Carlin was great.
Oh yeah.
I said Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah.
Who else? Oh God.
God's not a joker. God's not a comedian.
None of us
Andrew
have said
Andrew Dice
hell.
Clay. Andrew Dice Clay was hysterical. Sam Kinison, and of course the late great Robin Williams was gold on stand-up. Billy Crystal was good, but Kinison was
Robin
awesome.
Williams had so much energy. I think Robin Williams had a lot of energy.
He
on
also had
stage.
plenty of like comedy in his movies. Like even if they weren't strictly like comedy movies.
I
Yeah.
see all these stories about him and how people were in movies with Robin Williams, and they talk about how nice he was and how generous he was, and how he really spent a lot of time with even like actors like that were just like bit actors in the movie. He would help them, and he
Yeah.
would joke around with them, and he would do it. I guess he was really, what you see is what you got with him. I don't think there was anything fake about him whatsoever. But Robin Williams was comedy gold every single time. Kinison would be good until he got into his drugs and alcohol, and then it's kind of. But they were. I mean, it's funny to hear Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay now because they were the controversial ones back in the late '80s, early '90s. Kinison got kicked off of Saturday Night Live, so I think Andrew Dice Clay did too.
The only thing I know about Andrew Dice Clay was he was in Entourage.
Oh, I mean he would be like he had like nursery rhymes, right? Like Jack and
Oh.
Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. Jill come down with $2.50. There we go. Little boy blue. He needed the money. He had a bunch of them. So where did Chris go?
Huh.
Chris is gone.
What?
Oh, you're there.
I'm here.
But those were. I mean, there were so many comedians that would just one right after the other. It started with, you had Richard Pryor in the late '70s and the early '80s before he set himself on fire. But then it jumped to Eddie Murphy. I mean, Carlin was around that whole time. So was Robin Williams. But I mean, then you had Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay, and then you had Martin Lawrence. He had good stand-up. So I mean, you had Chris Tucker was another great stand-up comedian.
Basically, if they were
Yeah.
did comedies in like the early 2000s, late 90s, they had stand-ups.
Yeah, that's where they came from. So
And let's all. Chelsea Handler is the worst comedian ever.
who?
Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler, you think so?
Yep.
I
Worse
won't go
than
for
Dane
Amy
Cook?
Schumer.
I liked early Amy Schumer stuff. I like the early stuff.
Oh.
But when they start getting way too political, one way or the other, it kind of ruins it for me, I think. Tim Allen was a comedian.
Yep.
His stand-up was great before he got into, he did Home Improvement. His whole Home Improvement essentially was based off of his stand-up because, he loved shopping at Sears and building stuff and that's how that all got started. So
Midwest dad.
what?
He was a Midwest
What?
dad.
Yeah, he
Aren't they
was. He
supposed
was.
to bring that back?
Yeah, they're trying to.
They brought back Punky Brewster. It's on the Peacock channel. I saw.
Oh, punky.
That's a good impersonation there. But I don't know how comedians. I mean, I saw a comedian a couple weeks ago in South Carolina, and he kind of keeps it to like regional humor, you know. Nothing too controversial.
Like
or
you gotta skate a line.
yeah,
You
he
got
wasn't.
line too.
He wasn't super controversial at all.
What are you saying over there? Talking shit?
Yeah, I'm talking shit.
Ginger Billy. I saw Ginger Billy.
Ginger Billy looked hilarious in the photo you had.
Right? He is. He's really funny. He
You
is
should
really
post that
funny.
on our Facebook and Twitter.
I will. So if you have a chance to go see Ginger Billy, go see Ginger Billy. I saw him down in South Carolina. He's pretty hysterical. So, but nowadays I noticed, and maybe this is the way they have to make up their money, is now comedians are doing, you buy your regular tickets, then you buy VIP, and then you can meet the comedian afterwards.
They've probably done that backstage passes at forever.
Yeah, I feel like they've been doing
Well,
that.
see, but
for
what
maybe
if-
a little bit more
When
now.
I saw Lisa I saw Lisa Lampanelli 3 times. She was available after both 2 of her shows, and then the last show she was available before her show started. And you
Well,
didn't have to buy a VIP pass or anything for her.
Some
I've got
comedians,
her autograph.
some people might want to see their fans a little more than the other ones, and some people are probably like, "Hey, if you want to see me, you got to pay for me."
John Christ is another comedian. That's
Chris Farley.
no John Christ. Haven't you ever seen the guy on like YouTube? He's like, what every high school football coach says, or what every. That's John Christ. He's a stand-up comedian. I saw him here in town. He was here in Kokomo. I didn't meet him because I didn't have the VIP pass. But
Why didn't you? God.
Because that picture would have been ruined anyway. It don't really matter because of who I was with at the time. So maybe it's good I didn't meet him.
Always cut them out.
Right?
I got a couple I forgot. And I know you guys might know. You guys probably like the other one of them. I don't know if you've heard it. I'm sure you've heard the other two. Anthony Jeselnik. He probably the most offensive one I've ever heard of,
Who?
and I love it. Anthony Jeselnik.
Never heard.
You've never heard of it? Oh my God, you guys, you have to watch. You literally have to watch.
Get controversial.
Oh yeah.
He's so controversial. We never even heard of him.
Yeah, they deleted him from life.
Yeah. He was top of the line. Like, he was really pushing the limit on a lot of his jokes, and it's awesome. And then I like Dimitri Martin. Like, his is just like little simple, and it's like really creative, his jokes, and like he likes to draw and stuff. I like it. You guys ever heard of him?
Who?
No.
Dimitri, you guys never heard? Oh my, this is
Of
sad.
who? Who is it?
Dimitri Martin.
No.
I feel like I feel like I may have heard the name before,
Yeah.
but I've never watched a stand-up.
All right. And then okay, and then the best one-liner out there, Mitch Hedberg.
Oh my God! So love Mitch Hedberg. You're so right.
I was like,
Yeah.
let it be one more that no one's heard of. Please,
Dude.
let it be one
He was
more.
so freaking awesome. His
Yeah.
lines are he was just a hippopotamus is just a really cool opotamus.
Yeah, he's great. Those are the ones I missed. Yeah.
Yeah, he died of an overdose, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I eat my cereal with a fork. Fettuccine Alfredo is macaroni and cheese for adults.
I think he's still okay. I think Jeselnik still has. He has a comedy special. He has a couple on Netflix. He should. And then what's that one? Oh, he had a Comedy Central show, I think. Yeah, the Jeselnik Offensive. That's like one of his
Oh, I
Comedy
feel like
Central shows.
I remember seeing that. Like I
Yeah.
don't remember watching it, but I remember like seeing it promoted.
Yeah, and he's been in a couple roasts and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, the
Anything
great
else?
Mitch Hedberg was legendary. I'll take him any day of the week.
yeah.
His delivery was good too.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
If you can't sleep, count sheep. Don't count endangered animals because you will run out.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
I think that wraps it up for the hat.
I agree.
Um,
Do we have any shower thoughts?
yeah, we are
You can compare with Mitch
comedian.
Hedberg.
Yeah, I'd just like to say tomorrow, March 1st. This is the 28th right now, but start spring training for MLB, and I'm really excited. MLB is gonna be back real soon, and they'll get the 160 plus games, and not the 60 games like they did last year.
Right. I mean, we can
It'd
go
be
to a
super.
game.
Hopefully, that's
Yes.
what I'm waiting on. I really want to go to a game. So, I guess that wraps it up. And so, my shower thought for today, the 28th, is bologna is just hot dog pancakes.
This is true.
Wow.
Think. Yeah, you can even fry them up too.
You can. Fried bologna is good.
Fried bologna makes me nauseous.
My mom used to cut
I don't
hot
know if
dogs.
I'd
She would
eat it
slice
with
the hot
syrup,
dog
though.
down. Like, my mom would slice the hot dog straight down the middle of it, and keep and like bend them out and fry them like that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's like
alright.
fried bologna. Put some mustard on.
I'd have to try bologna with the syrup though. See if it's really like pancakes.
Ugh. I know. I've toasted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before and put maple syrup on it,
Oh yeah.
and that is kicking. So,
Oh yeah.
all right. Well, since Tim has
That's
shown up
good.
for the podcast, it's his turn to send us out.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Just making sure because I had to mute before. As always, you can find our podcast at wherever you find your favorite podcast. We'd love to hear some feedback from anyone that would, happen to dislike. Give us some ideas on what we did wrong and what we should do. And keep coming back because you'll know who's your nerds.